Namaskar students, we are continuing the chapter of electricity. As you know, current, the direction of current is from higher potential to lower potential. We have learned it earlier that direction of current is from higher potential to lower potential. But how to know that through a wire the current is flowing, is it higher amount of current or lower amount of current? How would we know? What is the magnitude of current? How would we know? To know that, we have to do a simple mathematical calculation. Suppose we have three wires, wire number 1, wire number 2 and wire number 3. Through the first wire, 10 coulomb charge is passed in 4 seconds. Through the second wire, 12 coulomb charge is passed in 6 seconds. And through the third wire, 12 coulomb charge is passed in 8 seconds. So, to know how much greater or lesser the current is flowing through this wire, which is the greatest amount of current and which is the least amount of current, which wire is carrying higher amount of current, which wire is carrying lowest amount of current, we have to calculate it. We have to count how much current is flowing in 1 second. Make it clear, we have to count how much current is flowing in 1 second. So, to find it, we can easily calculate it by, we will write 10 coulomb divided by 4 seconds. So, we get 2.5 coulomb per second. It's 2.5 coulomb per second. Through the second wire, 12 coulomb divided by 6 seconds. So, answer will be 2 coulomb per second. Through the last wire, 12 coulomb in 8 seconds. So, it will be 1.5 coulomb per second. So, we know, now we know that how much current is flowing through in 1 second in every wire, through every wire. Through the first wire, it is 2.5 coulomb. Through the second wire, it is 2 coulomb in 1 second. Through the third wire, it is 1.5 coulomb in 1 second. And this is the magnitude of current. Through which wire the amount of current is highest? We can say that 2.5 is highest. So, through the first wire, the amount of current is highest. Now we can say through which wire the amount of current is lowest. Minimum amount of current is flowing through the third wire, that is 1.5 coulomb per second. That's how we calculate the magnitude of current. So, we can write I equals to charge by time. I equals to charge by time. So, current is expressed as charge having symbol Q and time. having symbol small t, and the symbol of current is I. So I equals to Q by T. That's how we can find the magnitude of current. So what will be the unit of current? It is coulomb per second. Unit of I is coulomb per second. This coulomb per second is shortly expressed as ampere. A-M-P-E-R-E. Ampere. Or shortly we can write only A. So the unit of current is ampere, which is shortly we can write A. Coulomb per second is equals to ampere, A. See these pictures. This is a filled tank and this is an empty tank. This tank is filled with water and this is an empty tank. In this case, this is a tank with filled with water and this is an empty tank. Now, if we connect both of these tanks with pipe, can you guess through which pipe flow of water will be highest? Here the height difference is maximum and here height difference is minimum. That's why at the maximum height difference we will get a maximum flow of water, and at the minimum height difference we will get a minimum flow of water. Similarly, if we connect a circuit with a low potential, I only insert a single battery, single cell in this circuit. That's why it is low voltage or potential difference. Low voltage or potential difference. If I apply low voltage in this circuit and if I apply high potential difference in this circuit, now can you guess which bulb will glow with maximum brightness? It is very easy to guess that higher potential difference will glow, light will glow with higher maximum brightness, and it will have little bit less brightness. Why? Because due to low voltage the current through the wire is low, the magnitude of current is low, and due to high potential difference the value of current is high in this circuit. So if I say I1 and this is I2, so I2 is greater than I1. We can say with increasing voltage or increasing potential difference, current also increase. You can compare with these water tanks. With increasing height, the flow of water increase, Similarly, with increasing potential difference, current is also increasing. This phenomena is first observed by Ohm. That's why this law is known as Ohm's law. What is the law? Let us describe. The law is current is always proportional to the potential difference applied at the ends of a conductor. So, let us draw a circuit. We put an ammeter in this circuit. We will put a light in this circuit. Now, we will give a battery. We will connect the switch. This is an ammeter. Ammeter is used to measure the value of current. So this ammeter will measure the value of current which I am applying in this circuit. And this is a battery. We will change this battery time to time. So let us make a chart. VI. If I apply 1 volt potential difference in this circuit, because this battery is 1 volt battery. So first we apply 1 volt battery. So it is 1 volt potential difference. Say we get a current of value 2 ampere. Current is measured in the unit of ampere. So we get 0.2 ampere current. What if we double the value of potential difference? Suppose now we have applied 2 batteries, then it will be 2 volt potential difference. So we will write 2 and the current will also be double. It will be 0.4 ampere. Now what if we triple the batteries? The potential difference will be 3 volt. Similarly, the ammeter will give us reading of 0.6. Now we can see very easily, if we double the potential difference, the current also get doubles. If we triple the potential difference, the current is also get triple. Similarly, we can get 0.8 ampere current against 4 volt. We can get 1 ampere current against 5 volt. This is the gist of Ohm's law. What Ohm saying? Ohm saying that I is proportional to V. I proportional to V. So if we increase the value of V, we will get current increased. Okay. If I put these values in a graph, that will be called VI graph. It is very important. It comes in your test exams. So let us draw VI graph. We will put V here, 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt, and we will put current here I in this direction. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.8, up to that. Now if we put the values in this graph, so against 1 volt we get 0.2, so 1, 0.2 here, against 2 volt we get 0.4, 2, 0.4, against 3 volt we get 0.63, 0.6, against 4 we get 0.8. Now if we join these points, we will see that it forms a straight line. This is called VI graph. It will always be a straight line. Okay, the conductor which follow this graph and this law, what is the law? B proportional to I proportional to V. This is Ohm's law. So the conductors which follow this Ohm's law are called ohmic conductor. From Ohm's law we know that I is proportional to V. To make this equal, we have to multiply I by an constant which is R. Okay, to make proportional into equal, we have to multiply I by some constant R. Okay, this R, this constant R is called the resistance of the conductor. Resistance of conductor. So if we separate I from R, we can say V by I equals to R. What is this resistance? This resistance is actually the burden. This resistance is trying to reduce the value of current. It always try to reduce the value of current. This resistance is depending on the quality of conductor which we are using. Okay, it does not depend on the potential difference, it does not depend on the current, it only depends on the conductor which we using. The good conductor always will have less resistance and the bad conductors have greater amount of resistance, because resistance is always try to stop or try to reduce the value of current. Okay, the symbol of resistance is always given by these zigzag lines, and unit of resistance is ohm. Ohm, or simply you can give this sign. This sign is also used as unit. This is also ohm, the simplest symbol of the unit of resistance. Ohm, this is also ohm. Okay, so what is resistance? I will tell you again. Resistance is working against the value of current. It will try to stop the current or it will try to reduce the value of current. Okay. So resistance we can define like that. If I apply 1 volt potential difference in this circuit and get 1 ampere current, then what will be the value of resistance? We know that R equals to V by I. So I will put 1 volt and at the place of current I will put 1 ampere. So 1 by 1 it is 1 ampere, and unit of resistance we know that ohm. So V by A it will be ohm. In this way we can define 1 ohm resistance. If 1 volt potential difference applied in a circuit and we get 1 ampere current, then the resistance of this circuit is have to be 1 ohm. Okay, that's how we can define 1 ohm resistance.